sick of the lose, so I decided to grow. Yeah, I decided to glue. Sick of the lows. I just got sick of the lows, so I decided to grow. Yeah, I decided to glue. Sick of the lows. I just got sick of the. There's been plenty of moments that I fell in hard times. More often than not, getting faded was my lifeline. I realized that I've always struggled with change, but sometimes you gotta rearrange before you go insane. I've been doing my best to stay true to myself, put my next foot forward and smoking dope for my health. I never give up the music till I'm rolling in wealth. Some days I swear this basement's my own personal hell. Well, I love the sound of the city. Goddamn, I love the sound of the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm wide awake when you're with me. I feel better when you got my back, yeah. Red eyes, I'm sky high. I think this might be the best night that I've ever had, that I've ever spent with you. I confess I'm obsessed with the sex. Heart palpitations every time that she texts. I admit that we ain't always been the best for each other, but what is love without the little test? Girl, you know you're my sneaky link. When I'm with you, my ego shrink. I'm just craving time for us alone. I think about you every time I'm home smoking dope. I love the sound of the city. Goddamn, I love the sound of the city. Yeah, yeah. I'm wide awake when you're with me. I feel better when you got my back, yeah. Red eyes, I'm sky high. I think this might be the best night that I've ever had, that I've ever spent with you.
What's up, everyone? Happy Friday. Wanted to cover a couple things before we get into today's analysis. First being, yesterday I had tweeted that we might go up a little bit, and got a lot of backlash for that one, which is fine. You know, sharing analysis not always right, whatever. And I saw that some people had taken or blamed me for getting liquidated on long. So first of all, you should never make trades based on what other people say, ever. I even tell the people that I share my trades with, you should make the trade because you believe it's a good trade, because you're seeing the things that I'm either saying or you're researching them yourself or so on and so forth. Number two, you should never be using leverage in this market. You will never, ever, ever make it in this market by using leverage. Leverage is there so that you lose money. The only time you should be using leverage is if you're a very well-seasoned trader, and I'm talking like 5 to 10 years of experience. Other than that, you should never be using leverage. If you're using leverage and you're a new trader, you're asking to get liquidated. Number two, my pump scenario was literally just this, right? We're talking formation of a double top. Now, with this double top, yes, altcoins can absolutely fly, which is why I said altcoins might rip really hard if this happens. However, it's just forming bearishness, and I even included that in the tweet. And I just, you know, taking responsibility for what I say, but I also need a lot of the, and it's probably not a lot of the people here that watch every day, that read everything, that are in the Discord. It's usually the people that are new or just are there to the get rich quick kind of. And, you know, just trying to clear the air that for the last, really since here, I've been saying this trend is most likely exhausting or exhausted. And we're more than likely going to see some type of large move to the downside, or we continue moving sideways, solve these divergences, and continue moving up from there. Either way, you need to be prepared for either scenario, because right now it is looking at least moderately bullish in the short term, and I'll go over why shortly. What's up, Dorian? Happy Friday. What's up, Joe? How you doing? I'm doing good, actually. I hope you're doing good as well. Let's go over S&P 500. So this is actually pretty huge. I had actually predicted that this would fall, lose the diagonal. We actually didn't and held it and bounced perfectly. So still within macro bullish boundaries on the SPX. Now, I had given some debate on I don't like this, and I really, there really isn't a lot of divergence with RSI, but I don't like how the MACD trend lines are, one, showing divergence with momentum, but two, kind of rejecting that bullish zone. So we'll have to wait and see. It's very likely that we just do this, right? I mean, we get a double top. We gave that scenario on Wednesday. With that said, the DXY, the DXY could absolutely, and, I don't know why my second line got deleted, but the DXY could absolutely do something like this, where you have a double bottom there and then just continues its way upwards. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. We do know that interest rates are still raising or being risen. I believe they're still increasing interest rate. I could be wrong. Guys, I don't really look into it that much because at this point the market's fallen, or at least the crypto market has fallen enough where I am back into my long-term DCA. Whether that means we touch 10K or not, I don't care. I'm longing every single week no matter what price it is. And then on top of that, what was I going to say? Although SPX didn't drop that much, we're looking at what I would call the great deleveraging, and that's actually one of my trading students had come up with the term, the great deleveraging. So basically, and I was describing it, and he sounds like the great deleveraging. You have all of these overhyped companies, over-leveraged companies, and we're not just talking about crypto. We're talking about a lot of tech stocks. You're looking at Amazon, you're looking at Tesla, you're looking at Netflix, Disney, Google, all of these overhyped, overvalued companies that are finally having large pullbacks. And with that, crypto is also a quote-unquote tech stock or tech. So it is also having its deleveraging. You're getting rid of, a lot of the layoffs that I'm seeing aren't necessarily, in like automobile or airlines or grocery. It's really, and I know there are layoffs happening in those fields, but you're seeing most of the layoffs coming from tech. You're seeing it like Google, you're seeing Microsoft, you're seeing the bigger companies that are overvalued, overleveraged, and they need to come back down to norms so they can continue raising. Yeah, I feel a lot better for sure. It's like I said, it's allergies. It's like once my body adjusts, I'm fine. It happens once a year. It sucks. But so far, we can't really say that we're in a macro bullish environment until the DXY loses this level. I can't say for certain, right? Very, very important level. What we need to watch over the next couple weeks. I would argue that next week we're going to get this in that diagonal that's here. Everyone's going to say, "Oh my God, the DXY is so bullish, so bullish," and we're going to go down and bounce and rip really hard. Now, as much as I say that, we could very well be in a macro bullish environment. Like I said, we need to break 41,080 here, and we need to break really 101 here on the DXY, and then we can talk about macro bullish. I've been in this trance, I guess, during all of February. Are we macro bullish? Are we macro bearish? What is it according to the charts? And the charts have kind of been misleading, or at least with the diagonals. However, I don't really like diagonals, so I'm not trying to put a lot of weight on them. This area, this 103 area, is a huge area of resistance in the past. Still in the present, very huge area of resistance. So breaking it really has me still kind of macro bearish. But with SPX, we do have a broken downtrend. We do have a retest of that broken downtrend. Now we need to get above 41,080, and that'll seal the deal for macro bullish. at least for me. Covered DXY. Let's look at total. So the total chart. Struggling at resistance. I would argue that this could possibly be consolidation to continue higher, at least looking at the weekly. Looking at the daily, and I don't really want to look at the daily just because we're going to go over Bitcoin's daily. The total looks almost exactly the same. And on that, I think I'm just going to keep continuing on to tether dominance because total and Bitcoin look exactly the same right now. But here's tether dominance. We actually had an ascending wedge breakdown. And then I'm really curious to see if we get some kind of retest or if we already had the retest, so breakdown, retest, continuation, because this is a bearish reversal pattern, right? So if tether dominance is showing bearishness, crypto is going to show bullishness. Now that doesn't mean that tether can't continue sideways, come back up, and then head down from there, but it is saying, at least in the medium term, are we seeing some kind of reversal? Is this even an ascending wedge? Because you could argue, again, you could argue it's not. I mean, we have a huge break here. You could argue that maybe we're just seeing or saw an ascending triangle, and maybe the diagonal goes all the way down to here. You never really know. Diagonals are tough, and that's why I don't really put a lot of emphasis on them. But for now, we do have at least a breakdown of or a failed breakout of resistance. We should visit at least support again before attempting that. I mean, we could just attempt it, and if we do, obviously that means Bitcoin's falling. Maybe when we get to Bitcoin, we'll get a little bit more clarity. So a couple things. One with the weekly. So we rejected the 200 weekly moving average. This was enormous. This is the second time. No, this is the first time for the 200, second time for the 50. If we go back all the way back, 2015, we can see that we actually lost. We actually lost the 50, the 50 weekly. We came down, retested it. Now, obviously, the 200 had just formed at that given time, so can't really give it too much relevance. And on top of that, Bitcoin still isn't that old of an asset, so I don't know how valuable the 200 is just yet. But we can say that it's been a very large area of support throughout its entire livelihood. And we actually have a breakdown, retest, and might continue lower. At least structurally, I would expect it to continue lower. But a couple things. We did have a break and retest of the 50. We came back down, kind of made somewhat of a double bottom, and then went up, right? Completely went up. And I'm wondering if we see some kind of range form here. So you'll have... maybe we come back down, maybe we dance around here, and then head up from there. Maybe on the second attempt of that 50, maybe we reject it once more and then head up from there. Regardless, tough to make that call because Bitcoin's still a very, very young asset. There aren't a lot of touches on the 200 to give a ton of validity yet. Yeah. But anyways, moving on to Bitcoin Daily. Moving on to Bitcoin Daily. One second. I forgot I added a like mod controls on my phone. I'm gonna test them right now. Completely did not know you couldn't do this. Sweet. Works. Awesome. So Bitcoin Daily. So a couple things, and this is something I went over with like all the people in all of my patrons. We'll just call them patrons because the class doesn't start until next week. So a couple things. One, we have bullish divergence on RSI. Especially closing here. Now, I do not like the close under support. That means generally we'll visit the next area of support. So we could see, maybe a test here. Maybe we bounce back up, and then we make a massive head and shoulders. I would look to long here. However, know that it's a bearish reversal pattern, and we're going to go lower. But it does look like we're making some kind of bullish divergence here. We also have bullish divergence here, and volume is going down as price is going down, which is midterm bullish, especially on the daily. Now, does that mean that we're going to fly to 40K? Absolutely not. I would expect if we hit this horizontal area at 21, what is this, 21.3, 21, all the way up to 21.5, if we bounce all the way to 23.7, 23.8, you're looking at a very well-defined head and shoulders bearish reversal pattern. And that would put us probably back to the range low. I would expect 15.3 to 18K before any type of upward move from that point. Wish I found you earlier on Twitter, man. Learning a lot. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, and if you want to learn more, I have it's like all the indicators I use, the trading system I use, risk management, everything. I'm opening up the next round of my trading school. It starts next week, so next Tuesday. All of the lessons are recorded and posted, so if you don't watch them live, you can watch them like afterwards or a week later or days later, whatever fits your preference. And then you have a private chat with me that you can ask me questions at any point. You can ask me questions during the class. You can interrupt and ask anything you need. It's for you. So if you're interested in that, check out the links below. Check out live chat, the live chat there on your screen. There should be a link. And if you need any, if you want a second opinion, you can ask any of the students in Discord. I don't think you can ping them, but you can ask like, hey, is it worth it? And they'll give you their honest opinion. All right, let's look at the 4 hour. So yesterday dumped pretty hard. Unfortunate. We actually closed below this area of support. I personally would like to see something like this where we do this, get a double bottom here on the 4 hour, something like that, and then head lower, right? Head and shoulders reversal. We could take a massive short here, maybe take a medium risk long here, and make huge gains along the way, especially early into the trading class. Man, I'd love to see a head and shoulders. That'd be huge. That'd be a huge swing trade to take. Huge. But other than that, I don't have a lot. I think that's all I have for today. Unfortunately, we haven't really done a lot. And I don't have anything to rant about today. And I'm still not sick, but I'm definitely still a little weak. So with all that said, guys, if you're interested in the trading school, definitely check it out. If you have any questions, DM me. Also, so Bickett did get back to me. If you have high trading volume each month, meaning about $1 million in trading volume every month, DM me because I can get you institutional rated fees, which are even lower than what I already give you with all my referral link stuff. So if that's you, DM me. With all that said, guys, have a great weekend. Be patient, use risk management, and good luck trading.